Hi everyone, welcome back to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today is date night, and I thought I would play with well, it's still the new Celestial Nirvana, the bigger palette, because when I did my last video on this, my first impressions, I liked it. I still like it. I still think it's worth the money. However, there were comments saying like it wasn't worth it. It wasn't as good as people thought or were saying. So, what I wanted to do was show you a different look. And I kind of did use different colors a little bit just to see so I could get a feel of the palette. However, I'm always going to kind of go in the same route with this palette because I really like the colors in it. And when I mean the colors, I mean like the colors, not the neutral colors. I love the neutral colors. They work great, and I did use a couple. But like it's not my primary focus. So the first shade we're going to go into, because I ain't about to read the back of this palette, is this one right here. And I'm going to start with it as my like transition crease shade type deal. And I do know that it's expensive, the palette is. However, it also isn't $129. Now, I do understand you don't get those special shades or anything. So basically, what you're looking at in this palette is metallics and mattes. Are they any better than any other brand on the market, with 18 shades? You get 18 shades, right? 12, yeah, 18. So, I believe that you are getting your money's worth personally. Now, everybody has their own opinion, and I get that, and everybody's price for makeup is different, and I understand that also. So, I'm not here to say, you should spend your money because that's completely up to you. I feel like I definitely got my money's worth out of this palette. And it very well may be my favorite bigger palette from her versus the other two she has released. I mean, I like her Mothership palettes. I don't deny that. I'm going to go into this like red cranberry shade here. I have been loving cranberry shades for some reason. I don't know. There's just something about them that are so pretty, especially like I guess this time of year maybe. I don't know. I just have been really into them. But anyway, her special shades are nice and all, but it's not something that I tend to gravitate to often because they kind of are messy. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Now, can I make them work and not be messy? Sure, yes. Because I played with them enough. But if you're just like right off the bat jumping into this brand, I mean, this is the palette that I would suggest to go for. I mean, the metallic shades can still be messy, but if you spray them or use some sort of glitter glue or something, you're not going to have any issues at all, number one. Because I didn't even spray these shades, as you're going to find out. And yes, I got a little teeny bit of fallout, but it brushed away and it doesn't, you can't, even tell. Now, throughout the evening, will it fall a little bit? Maybe. But again, not much, and I can always brush it away if it's that big of a deal. But in all honesty, I would say it would last, because I'm only going to be out maybe 4 hours, right? Tops. So I do feel like it would be able to handle that and strong enough to stay on the lid for that amount of time. Now, an 8 hour, like a work day, maybe not. What do you all do for date night? we're trying to incorporate it, right? I'm going to go into this hot pink shade right here just a little bit, just to run it above, just a little, because you know me, I got to bring pink in somewhere because I'm wearing pink, you know, but just a little bit, like not much at all, just barely, you know, just a touch. I got to bring it in. You know, I like to match my outfit to my eye look. I don't know why. It's just something I have to do. And it actually looks really good up there, to be honest. So it worked out in my favor, to be honest. Because I really wasn't for sure how I was going to go with this look. Because I didn't want to create the same look that I created the first time, obviously, because that's not helping you none. But yet, I wanted to match my shirt. And if you haven't noticed, pink is like my color. Love it. Most of my clothes is some shade of pink for whatever the reason. It's just a shade I love, you know? I think we all have that shade. And to me, pink is it. I'm just going back into that shade that I used very first. Okay. Then for the bottom lash line, I'm going to go into this shade right here. It almost looks hot pink, really. I'm just going to use this mirror. When you blend it out, in the palette, it almost looks like a orange, I guess, a fire orange, but it's actually more of a fire pink in a sense. I don't know how to explain it, really, but it's definitely more pink. And it's very pretty. It's a very pretty pink. And again, I just think these shades are like really easy to use. You know, going with a light hand, I would suggest, you know, natural brushes, but again, that's up to you and your preferences and your style, but just my suggestion. Okay, I think I got it pretty dark. I think I got it the same depth as I do on the other eye. It will take a little bit of blending, I'm not going to lie there either. And of course, the more you play with the palette, the more you'll get the feel for it and know, you know what I mean? So the next shade I'm going to go into is this one right here. And I'm going to put that on the outer portion of my lid. Probably about 2/3. And I didn't wet it, so it's not as metallic as it could go, but look at that shine just from, you know, applying it as is. No, I don't have any adhesive or anything. And then I like to pat it on and then sort of maneuver it where I want it. Is the way I find it best works. But, you know, again, the more you play with it, the more you'll get the feel of what works best for your eyelid and stuff. Okay. I'm just going to take a little fiber cloth and wipe that shade off. And this is my Mcgrath 2. I really like this brush for picking up these shadows. Now I'm going to go into this pink shade right here and put it on the inner portion. You all had to know I was going to go for that pink at some point in this look. And I think I went a little bit in a different direction than I did in the last look, or the first look, I mean. Yeah, it's a little bit the same, but not complete. It's not as colorful, I feel like. But I still think it's very pretty. Okay. And then for inner corner, I'm going to go into the shade right here. We're going to pop that on the inner corner here. And then up into my actual crease. Just going to take it up into there a little bit. I like this shade too for inner corner. I think this is a really good shade for my skin tone for inner corner. It's so pretty. This whole eyeshadow palette's just so pretty. It really, really is. And again, if you spray these shades, you're going to get much more of a payoff with them. But you don't have to. Then the last thing I did was I wanted to sort of like line. So I went into this purple here, which I have used in the first look. I could kind of tell what I used and didn't use from the first look just by looking and seeing what shadows I tapped into. And I did use some of those, but not all. And I'm going to run that right across the lower lash line, right up on it. And then I'm going to run it on top the top lash line. So we're going to go get something to eat. And then I don't know. I mean, I've thought about going to see a movie, but there's really not much to do where I live other than, you know, getting dinner or maybe taking a walk. Sometimes we'll go get ice cream. I'm going to get a better mirror here. I'm going to take that same shade right up along the lower lash line now. And I think the purple looks really pretty. I was going to use one of her colored mascaras, but I didn't, since, you know, we are going out. I didn't want to scare people when, you know, because again, where I'm located, not a lot of people you're going to see wearing makeup. For the most part, you'll be lucky to see like mascara, maybe a little foundation. Which sometimes I wonder if people took the time to have a little fun with their makeup. If they'd have a better day. You know, just to add a little color in your life in a sense. I know that when I do my makeup and I add a little color, for whatever the reason, it really does make me have a better day. I don't know why, but it really does. It's so weird. I'm just trying to get both eyes the same. Okay, I think we're there. Okay, so we gotta curl the lashes. And then I'm using the Rare Beauty for the top lashes again, because everybody raves on it. So you know me, I had to try it. And I used it yesterday and it was okay. I had no problems with it. And I'm using it today. And again, it's okay. It's like, it's not bad at all. But I don't know if it's my favorite. I will say it doesn't transfer and it doesn't flake. So I do really like that about it. Like, I think I can say it's good. And like this side always looks better for some reason. It's like it makes my lashes look better than what they were, not worse. So that's a win right there for me. But I also feel like the YSL Lash Clash works a little better for my lashes. But I can see why people do like this. And for the price point, I can definitely see why people like it. So it does have its ups and downs for me personally, but I can see why it would be other people's favorites with the what it does do and with the price point itself. So I get it. Bottom lashes, I'm going to use the extended play Giga Black Lash. I wish they'd change that. That is such a tongue twister to me, you know? It really is. And I love this mascara for my bottom lashes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think we got it just about even. As even as I'm going to get anyway. So this is the final look using the palette. This is number 2 for me out of this palette. I do want to do another look somewhere down the road or just on my own time. Playing with like, because she's kind of got it like you're supposed to do this, this, and this. And I jumped around between, all of them in a sense. But I kind of like to stick to like this row or stick to the rows. Like I haven't played with that dark blue or that green yet, basically. It's kind of where I'd like to play a little bit and see what I could come up with in a sense, you know what I mean? Because I do think it could create really pretty looks. Now, me with the blue and the purples, like if I use that dark blue with those purples, I don't think I could create a pretty look. I think in the end it would look like I had a black eye, to be honest. I don't think I could do that personally. I think I could definitely do that row. These two for sure. These two rows. And I think I can come up with a look for these two. But these, I don't know how I would create a look with the mats. But I mean, she set it up like this for a reason. So some, I'm sure you could. I'm just not artistic enough to see it. But I would like to play with those shadows just to see how they performed. But again, out of what I used, I really like this palette. I don't understand why people aren't. Well, I get why people would think it'd be too much money for what it is. So I understand that. But I don't understand where they think the formula isn't worth the price point if you did buy it. Because compared to other palettes of hers, I guess it would have to be you just don't like her formula, is basically what I guess they're saying, is that they don't like the formula. The formula's not worth the price point, I'm assuming. Me personally, I like the formula. I think it's easy to use. I think it's pigmented, but blendable. Some of her shades may not be, but for the majority, it's more hits than misses. No, there's no special shades in that palette. I'm not missing them. Just not. And I do like the little 5-pan palettes too. I played with one of them so far. So far, I'm enjoying her release for the season for 2022. I think it's great. I really do. I think it's overwhelming. And I think the price point's overwhelming. But I also understand. So, and I know that I'm paying for the name, and I think that's another reason, like, I know I'm paying for that name, but I also know that I'm going to love what's in that because of the name behind it. So, it's sort of like, also like Natasha Denona. You know, you're paying for the name. That is what it is. But I also know that I'm getting good formula that I like, so. But that is all I have for you today. Yeah. Hopefully something new comes in. I don't think I have anything new though. And I don't know what to do next. I'm stumped, y'all. I don't want to just pick another brand because it's the season, but then I'm like, well, I could kind of finish out the month of October with maybe like Halloween palettes that I have. I thought maybe we could do that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. But I hope this video helps. I hope it gives you a second look at, the palette and using the shadows from beginning to end. No editing, so you get to see, how they blended and all that. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified when I do upload. I upload every day but Sundays, but I have been uploading on Sundays lately. And I will see you in the next video. So until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.